review for Transformers, Q Transformers. This is all the ones I picked up at the convention this week. And you'll notice like I forgot my tripod today, so I'm improvising a little cardboard box. Like I did at the beginning, you might see a little corner of it right over here. So we'll see how this goes, because I completely forgot my tripod. Now these are the Japanese line that they're kind of in vehicle mode, designed to look like little penny racers. They don't actually pull back and go, but they're just a little kind of cartoony little car version here. I picked up 14 of these this weekend at the convention, and I really feel like that's the best way to pick these up. They're fun. Like I said, here's Cliff Jumper. They're neat little vehicle modes. They're kind of cartoony. There's a lot of similarity in transformation between them. The G1 Optimus has a slightly different transformation, and the jets obviously are a different transformation, but all the cars pretty much have exactly the same transformation. They're neat. I don't know if they're worth picking up online by themselves. These are really kind of designed to, if there's something like you're ordering from one of the big online stores that offers free shipping after a certain point, throw them in with another order of a figure you've got. Great way to pick them up. I find these are really great little convention pickups. Like if you're just shopping the floor and you're like, oh, I got a few bucks to spend, I want something neat, pick up one or two of these on the convention floor. You won't have to pay shipping. And that's really about the novelty of them. I went a little nuts, as you can see, buying up. I think I got one of everything they had I saw at the convention, with the exception of Red Alert and Skids were the only two that I did not pick up there. I'm still looking for a Jazz and a Wheeljack, but we'll see what we can do there. I think Jazz is only available from like Hong Kong right now. Most of the online retailers didn't have them, and Wheeljack I haven't even started looking for. So they come in just a little blister card like that, packaged in vehicle mode. You can see this one's Megatrons, but they each have the picture of the robot on the front, and then there's the same kind of thing on the back. There's a little online cartoon that you could watch that they put out every week. So on the Decepticon side over here, we've got Shockwave, or Laser Wave as he's called in Japan, Soundwave, Megatron, Lockdown. There's been a couple versions of Lockdown. This is the cartoon colors. Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp back here. Don't worry, we'll show them all off here in a minute. And then for the Autobots, we've got Cliff Jumper, Lambor, aka Sideswipe, Optimus Prime, the G1 version, Prowl, Optimus Prime based on his movie truck, and Bumblebee, and then Hot Rod, who is actually referred to on the packaging as Hot Rod, not as Rodimus or Hot Rodimus, as they tend to do. So like I said, Laser Wave and Lambor specifically use the Japanese names. They are a Japanese toy line. I thought it was kind of interesting that that Optimus Prime was Optimus Prime and not Convoy, and that Hot Rod was in fact referred to as Hot Rod and not as Hot Rodimus or Rodimus as he is generally referred to over there. So, like I said, the transformations are very basic. You just flip on all the cars. You just flip the feet down here out of the front. Split the back half of the car itself and bring the arms forward. Flip out the hands. Bumblebee does have one cannon arm on this version. And then you lift up the hood of the car, which will oftentimes pop the head up, and then the hood folds down to the back, and there's Bumblebee in his little chibi robot form. I found on some of these the joints are a little loose, and it really varies between the figures. Some of them are fairly tight, some of them are really wobbly, but I have found even with the wobbly ones, they do support themselves when you stand them up. It's just a matter of pushing the feet all the way back. So we'll go ahead and actually we'll show off one of the jets first too here, since it is the different transformation, and then everything else will be the same, so we'll just kind of get through them really quickly. So here's Starscream. He's a little jet. You fold up his front landing gear, flip out the rear landing gear to form the legs, flip his arms up like this, leave the guns facing forward, rotate his wings around, and then just take the whole nose cone of the jet and fold it down, and there's Starscream. I do think I like the jets a little better than the cars, just because they tend to, well, they do have kind of that egg robot look. They look a little bit more proportional as robots versus the big-headed chests on the cars. So those are the two basic transformations that I've seen so far on these. Like I said, there's still a few that I don't have, but it looks like they're all the exact same kind of transformation. Skid's may be a little different just because he's a boxy car, but other than that, so we'll go ahead and show them all off here in robot mode. Articulation, they do have a ball joint there on the, or a swivel there on the head, ball joint shoulders. They've got hinges on the arms, and they've got ball joint hips up here and ball joints right there at the ankle. And that's really all the articulation you're getting out of these guys. So we'll go ahead and do hot rod here. Again, pull the feet down, split the side of the car, flip his hands up. And this kind of folds it down behind his head. And there's hot rod. Cliff jumper, more of the same. Do-do-do. Up, pull his head down. There's a cliff jumper. Running out of room here. Let me do Optimus real quick, and then we'll do a quick fade through. I'll transform all the rest of them into robot mode, and we'll show them off that way. Prime, you actually pull the whole front end of the truck down for his feet. He's got big giant platform shoes. You do split the lift this up, split just the gray half of the trailer up like this. And instead of flipping out the arms, you just rotate them down. His arm is built into there. And then this piece of the trailer flips up. And you can see that'll automatically flip the head up there. So you push that all the way up to the back. That flips his head up. And there's the G1-esque Optimus in robot mode. He's big, boxy Optimus. All right, and here's everybody now in robot mode. For the Autobots, the ones we didn't show, there's Sideswipe, aka Lambor. There's Prowl. He's a little, fix his arms here a little bit. Prowl and robot mode. You can see little chunky little robots. The movie Optimus Prime truck. There's Megatron. Lockdown. Kind of dig Lockdown. Soundwave. Sometimes they like to lean a little bit until you get their feet correctly, but there's Soundwave. There's Laserwave, aka Shockwave, and he does have his little gun arm over here, which is nice. And then here are Thundercracker and Skywarp. And like I said, the Seekers I think are my favorites of the line so far, just because they're cute little robots. They don't have quite the shoulder articulation that the cars do. They just have a little forward and back. The gun rotates, and they've got a little bit of movement there just for the transformation joint at the leg, but they're not quite as posable as the other ones. But again, they're supposed to be little chibi ones. They're not intended to strike like action poses or anything. They're fun little toys. Like I said, they I don't know if they're worth shipping one, or I wouldn't buy just one or two in an order online. One of the things that's neat is Megatron and Lambor, since they are actually based on Lamborghinis, they actually have the official approved by Lamborghini sticker on their boxes, which is kind of neat to see on such little cartoony figures. But yeah, like I said, one or two by themselves, wait for a convention or throw them in with an order for something else that you're already getting. I think they are really fun. They're cute. I think it's worth picking up a couple just to check them out. But like I said, I don't know that you necessarily need to go nuts, because once you played with one or two, unless there's a design you just really like, they're not really innovative. They all have the exact same basic transformation between all of them, with the exception of the jets and maybe a few outliers like the G1 Optimus Prime. But if you've got a favorite character, like I said, I love the car modes. I love the little Penny Racer inspired car modes. I think they're really cool. That's kind of why I picked a lot of them up. So yeah, if you see them at a convention, you'll probably see them for around $10, $5, $6, $7, $8, depending on how they're selling them. And at that price, pick one or two up, but or throw them into a basket online with another order. I don't know if it's worth going, or unless you're buying like a whole bunch of them. If you look at these and say, I've got to have all of those, and you want the whole collection, and you're buying like a huge chunk of them all together online, then maybe it's worth it. But otherwise, I just think for one or two, the shipping, it's not worth paying the extra shipping for just one or two of these at a time. They're fun, but limited appeal, I think, in the long run, Definitely, but if you see them sitting around on a convention floor, they're definitely worth picking up one or two while you're walking the dealer room. They're fun little things to play with.